Devin de Lima. So this week I want to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart, and those are my tattoos. I've seen other vloggers do this where they do like a body tour of their tattoos, explain what they mean, why they got them, when they got them, what they were like when they got them, and I thought it was really interesting. And honestly, it's something that people ask me sometimes on social media about, why do you have flowers on your forearm? Do you have a wrist tattoo that I just saw in this one video? And I thought, let's just answer some questions and talk about it, because I think it's a nice little self-reflection thing. Now I'm going to be going in chronological order. So to start there, we will start with my wrist tattoo. So I got this tattoo when I was 18. I think I'd only been 18 for about 5 days maybe. It was actually paid for by my parents. I think it was because my parents kind of knew I was going to get a tattoo no matter what, because I had talked about it for years. As soon as I turned 18, I'm gonna get a tattoo. And they figured, you know what, we'll pay for it because he's gonna do it anyway, and at least now we can make sure that what he's gonna get is not gonna be done like in a back alley somewhere, or even somewhere bad. And you know, it's a whole thing. Essentially, it's just an eyeball because this tattoo reminds me to be myself no matter who's watching. I felt like as an 18-year-old, I was constantly changing with the group of friends I was with. I had a lot of different groups of friends in high school, and I just felt like I was always changing for who was around me, and I was never really me, or I didn't know who me even was. And that's why I got that tattoo, was to remind myself, hey, just be yourself, and that's fine. If people don't like that, then forget them. So my next tattoo is just words down my side, and they read, "My mistake was gold." I got this when I was probably about 19, I think. I had only been 19 for like 6 months-ish. And this one is one that I really, really like. So these words aren't my own. I just rearranged and changed some of the words for the song 7 Years by Seosin, but it's a very, very personal tattoo. Honestly, when I was a teenager, pre-adolescent, going through everything, I was coming to terms with a lot of things in my life and a lot of the cards that have been dealt for me, and the only way that I knew how to deal with it was cutting myself and burning myself sometimes, and just self-mutilation and self-hatred. And there was one time that I was talking to a therapist about it, and they kind of referred to what I had done as a mistake, and you know, kind of weren't a very professional person about it. But it made me realize that my mistake was gold. It's priceless to me, and I wouldn't be who I am without my mental illness some days. And you know, I've moved past those things, but I'm still very proud to have my scars on my arm, because even though it's sobering to see them sometimes, I wouldn't be who I am without it. And it's a journey of self-discovery throughout all of that. So that's what that tattoo means to me. The next tattoo I got was when I was 20. If you're not already picking up on a pattern here, I was getting one a year for a while there. Is on my right foot, and is an owl. To me, owls are really wise, and seeing as birds are descendants of dinosaurs, they've been around for so many years, and to me, getting an owl meant a lot to me, because theoretically, a bird as a species has seen some things, and it has been able to change and to develop with time. And that's what my goal to be in life is. To be able to adapt to new ideas, to new political stances, to new genres of music, to new media. And to not be stuck in my own ways, and to think outside of the box. And that's what that tattoo means to me, is to not just have my head up my own ass, ever. It's a reminder for me to just remember to always keep an open mind, and while you might have an opinion about something, see things from other people's perspectives, because just because you have a certain perspective of the world does not mean that is the only perspective of the world. The next one I got when I was 20 was the roses on my arm, and Honestly, it's a weird story, but essentially my brother was born with cystic fibrosis. They have this event each year, which is the 65 Roses Ball, so I wanted to get something for my family. I'm very close with my family, so I wanted to be sure that I had at least something on my body representing them. And I decided on roses simply because of that ball. And then the two red roses here, and then the other one on the other side are my mom and my dad. And then the yellow rose is my brother. Just a reminder to never let yourself forget where you came from or who you grew up with and who was there for you and no one else could have been or was. And honestly, it's just, it means a lot to me. This is my absolute favorite tattoo that I have. I think it's really, really nice. It means so much to me. And lastly, on my right ankle, I have I love you in my mom's handwriting. Again, it kind of goes with the roses. Anytime that I am away from my parents, which is a lot of my life nowadays that I live in another part of the country, and I have pretty much since I was 18 on and off, I want to always remember that they love me, and even if I get frustrated at them, it means that I still love them and that no matter what I do, they'll always love me. So I would definitely wanted to get my mom's handwriting on me. And I think that that's gonna be, you know, my favorite tattoo for a long time too, because I think I'll always cherish it because I'll always have a part of my mom with me. That being said, do I plan on getting more tattoos? I would like to get my dad's handwriting saying I love you on the other side on my left ankle so that they were both kind of matching. In an ideal world where I'm financially secure and I have the money to invest in it, I would love to do at least a half sleeve on this arm. So from here and then go above here and up, and then maybe if I really like it, go all the way down. I don't know. I can't say that that's what I'm going to do. I don't know. As a 25-year-old, I think that I have a little bit more important things to worry about now in my life than, you know, making sure that I'm completely inked up. Now, people always ask me, which tattoo hurt the most? And this is a really difficult question because I don't really know, because they all pretty much sucked. The wrist hurt because it was my first one. I didn't know what to expect. So that was bad, but looking back now, I could probably get through it pretty easily. I remember I almost passed out while I was getting my foot done because it's just straight up onto the bone, and I even thought that he was done, but turns out he had just done the shading because you do the outline, then the shading, then the full coloring. I had figured out that, oh, what do you mean? I thought we were done. And he's like, no, we gotta go back over this, we gotta do this, we gotta put in more colors here. That was a process. Some people have told me that the inside of their arm didn't hurt at all. Maybe I'm just a baby, I don't know. That one really hurt. I will also say my side hurt, but not as bad as getting my cartilage pierced. I mean, they're all kind of relative. They all hurt. Tattoos hurt. Another question I get asked is how many sessions did all my tattoos take? Honestly, they were all one session. Some of them were hours long. I believe my arm was about 3 hours long. I'd have to ask my friend who went with me. I honestly don't remember. I want to say it was about 3 hours. So yeah, those are my tattoos. If you guys have any other questions about tattooing or my own tattoos or ideas about tattoos, especially if you're younger, all I can give for advice is remember that it is going to be on your body forever, and whether you believe it or not, you're not going to be the same person you are when you're 18 to when you're 21 to when you're 25, and probably for me, I might not even be the same person when I turn 30. I mean, chances are I'm not. And then you won't be the same person when you are from 30 to 35 and so on and so forth. So remember that what you're doing to your body is permanent, and while they can be removed, that it's a very expensive process from what I understand, and even more painful than initially getting them. So just really, really, really think about what you're putting on your body before you do it. because chances are it's going to be there forever. And don't put something on there that you think that your future child might see if you have children and kind of be like, why does my dad or my mom have that? That's really weird. You know what I mean? And also think of it in a way of, well, if I saw it on someone else, would I think that's really cool because they have it? Or would I think it's really cool because I want it too? That's kind of the way that I've used to judge it. It's not foolproof. Again, like I said, I've considered getting my wrist covered up. Probably won't at this point, but who knows. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I put out new videos every single Saturday. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all so much, and I'll see you next week for another brand new video. Later.